acknowledge that we are on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Cree, Saulteaux, Dene, Métis, Blackfoot, and Nakota Sioux nations. Give it up for that! Okie dokie. You know, I think this might be a new record for a Thursday night show. There's a ton of people in here. Yeah. So let's start this off like we always do on a Thursday night. I want to hear this side make some noise. Okie dokie, not bad, not bad. You guys over here make some noise. That was significantly better. All right, you guys over here make some noise. Everybody in the building, make some better fucking noise. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the LPW Grand Champion, the intangible Zoë Sager.
Love Pro Wrestling and the Clandestine Wrestling Society present Prelude number 4. We are sort of live from the Rec Room at South Edmonton Common. My name is Big Bad Boris, and we are starting off hot with the Love Pro Wrestling Grand Champion, the intangible one, Zoë Sager, making her way to the squared circle. And I'm quite sure she's got something to say, something important to say. We have got a packed house here at the Rec Room on our 4th Thursday night special event. And what better way to start off than with the champ herself.
For the past 2 months, I have come out here on these Thursday shows and issued the intangible open challenge. It's an open challenge for any member of the LPW roster who thinks that they are deserving for an opportunity at my LPW Grand Championship. And so far, nobody has proven that they are ready for that opportunity. 2 months ago, Riley Rose fell short and did not beat me for this title. Last month, Jack Pride and the Rhinestone Cowboy Stephen Crowe could not get the job done, and they were not worthy of an opportunity.
I mean, the champ is speaking the truth right now. I can't argue with a word of it.
So tonight, I am expecting a real challenge, because I'm a little bit concerned that the members of the LPW locker room don't seem to be ready to be on my level.
They're not! They're not! They're not!
So whoever is going to come out here better bring it. And tomorrow night, I will be facing off against T.Y. Jackson. But it seems that T.Y. has been a little bit too busy spreading misinformation and forming new partnerships with somebody who, I don't know, isn't a rad.
Interesting.
So T.Y., tomorrow night, trust me, it'll be so much worse than the street fight you had to go through to earn your opportunity. Because I don't stop. And you are not intangible.
The champ laying out the open challenge and
Who's ready to find out who wants to level up?
some harsh words for T.Y. Jackson. Who's it gonna be? Oh, wait a minute. Well, the game just changed again. That is the music, the media of 7. And I can't wait to see who's going to walk through that curtain. TJ Cannon, member in good standing of 7. They have a war against the Clandestine Society tomorrow night, but right now, TJ stepping up to the plate against the champ. And things just got very interesting very quickly at Prelude number 4. Ben Oman gonna be your referee. The boss just rang the bell. Pretty solid work there. And again, you have to wonder how much of TJ Cannon's mind is on that war with the Clandestine Society tomorrow. But this kid is just a little bit unhinged. Doesn't give a damn about his opponent. Quite frankly, doesn't really give a damn about himself, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Looking to escape that arm wringer, taking one of his own. Gigi looking to use that height and size advantage, but we know Zoë Sager, her entire career, has tangled with opponents with more size than her, but always able to come out on top. We've got 4 amazing matchups tonight, including our main event. The Fake News Network in full effect. But right now, it's all about the Intangible Open Challenge. Nice drop toe hold from Sager. Charging the ropes. Nice drop kick right to the side of the face. TJ Cannon down.
You're here, TJ! Fight dirty! Dirtier!
So he might have been looking for that Z factor. Cannon able to sidestep. Sager caught up in the ropes, rolling through.
Just one.
Quick 1 count. Sager knows. Get those shoulders up as early as possible. Irish whip across. Back elbow on target. Right back up and right back down again. Caught that clothesline coming in. Gourd buster. Face first hard down to the canvas. Goes the champion. TJ Cannon admiring his handiwork. Able to string together several bits of offense, but the tenacity of Sager, second to none. Able to sidestep that kick. Control the leg. Zoë Sager soaking in the lack of adulation from a packed rec room. Charging the ropes. Cannon able to sidestep. Caught her coming in, maybe looking for that gourd buster again, and he hit it again. So far, that move has led to success. Leg drop right down to the back of the head. Again, Sager getting the shoulders right off the mat as quickly as possible.
That was personal, Judge Ben. That was totally Let's go, TJ!
TJ Cannon looking to light up the champ with the knife edge chop in the corner. Like I said, 4 amazing matches we've got slated for you this evening. Stephen Crowe and Gigi Ray going to go one-on-one. Triple threat match a little bit later. And of course, our main event, the Fake News Network and the Clandestine Society going to tangle. But right now, TJ Cannon looking to stake his claim to that LPW Grand Championship.
Let's go, TJ!
Calling his shot, charging across. Sager pulled Judge Ben Oman in front. And I've said it before, oftentimes, Zoe, the smartest person in the room, knows how to use various accoutrements to her advantage. Sager able to lace together several strikes, went for a cover. Axe kick between the shoulder blades. Tomorrow night, we have a full slate, a massive Love Pro Wrestling Live event, your main event, slated to be T.Y. Jackson getting that title match he earned in that hellacious street fight with Michael Allen Richard Clark last month. And you have to imagine T.Y. Jackson maybe renting a little bit of space in the mind of the champ right now, but you wouldn't know it by the way she stomps away on TJ Cannon. Snapping off that vertical suplex. Again, following up with quick covers. Sager knows not paid by the hour, especially with that big fight tomorrow night. Ooh, kick into that rib area.
Get up! Come on, TJ! Kick him in the face! Come on, TJ!
Sager able now to slow the pace down, pick her spots.
That's how champ drops.
Hard forearm right to the chin. Man. Fired across hard into the buckle. Ben Omen going to check on the condition of TJ Cannon. Man. Grinding the heel of those boots into the eyes, into the face of the challenger. Snap-maring him over. Sager firmly in the driver's seat. Hooking the, or not hooking the leg, I should say. Perhaps cost an extra second there. TJ trying to fight up from underneath, but Zoe, well-placed knee right in the sternum and back into that turnbuckle.
You got this, TJ. Wake up. This is a dream. Let's go.
Sager charging in, caught the boot of TJ Cannon. He's going to go to that middle rope. Calling his shot, but took a little bit too much time. Zoe very lethal with those kicks and strikes. Charging in another one. Wipes the face off the face of TJ Cannon. Pull the pins out from underneath, and she's going to go in again with that knee. Zoë Sager showing why she is the current reigning LPW Grand Champion. 2 count only, says judge. Can't call him referee, got to call him judge. Judge Ben Omen. Now just laying in rights and lefts. Open hand slaps. Just a bad attitude all around from the champion. Stomping and kicking away. It's out of frustration, but I mean, it's also effective. Into the corner again goes Cannon. And again you see her pulling the legs out from underneath, perhaps looking for another running knee strike. Cannon heads for higher ground. Sager's knee snapped on that bottom rope. Cannon looking to follow up, tried to spit out the neck breaker. Sager able to counter, but right back into the clutches, and he hit that neck breaker he was looking for moments ago. Hooking both legs, deep cover.
Just another 2. Don't worry. That's why I didn't ring the bell.
Close, but no cigar.
That's what I'm here for.
Cannon looking to stay on his opponent. I mean, a win here would do a lot for him in his singles ventures, not to mention bringing possibly more gold to 7. Face first into the canvas. Sager instinctively rolled off her back, had to roll her over. And perhaps that extra second of rolling the champ back onto her back cost him the win. Cannon a little frustrated, but he's always a little bit unhinged. I saw him pacing around the locker room a little bit earlier tonight before the beginning of the event. Had no idea what was on his mind. Now I know what he was thinking about. Trying to hang on to that top rope to avoid pinning combination. Oh, laying in another hard forearm. Point of the elbow on the jaw. Zoë Sager hit that Z factor. Is it going to be enough? I apologize. That was not the Z factor. I'm all out of sorts. Sager not happy with the cadence of the officials' count. You're not going to win an argument with Ben Omen. I'm living proof of that.
Get him, Zoe!
I mean, Zoe taking her eye off the prize a little bit too long, but firing in that drop kick. My God. I think she realized she'd taken her eyes off her opponent for too long. Needed to get back on the horse, so to speak. Sager showing off the power. Up on the shoulders, crossing the arms. Shoulders are down. Not enough, but what an impact on TJ Cannon. Sager again frustrated with Ben Omen. Judge Ben Omen. She feels she should have won this match already. Oh, man. Perhaps a receipt from a little bit earlier. Flipping out into perhaps maybe a drape DDT. Right on target. Speaking of impacts, this might be enough to get it done. Not enough to get it done, but perhaps the pendulum swinging back in favor of TJ Cannon and 7. This is a prime chance for Cannon to mount some more offense, focus on the task at hand. Flipping pile driver. But unluckily for TJ Cannon, Sager accidentally or perhaps on purpose rolling all the way down to the floor. TJ knows she's got to be in the ring to win the match. Firing Sager under the bottom rope, hooking the leg. But that extra bit of time, just enough for Sager to get her wits about her and get the shoulder up on that pinning combination. And I think some frustration is creeping into the mind of TJ Cannon. But he's going to go right back to work, handful of hair. Zoe able to snap Mayer out of that predicament. Ooh, kick right into that rib area. Sager always able with those strikes and kicks to pick her spots. Able to put the brakes on. Using the knees. Pulling the face of Cannon into those knees, right in the forehead. Oh, man. Trying to hyperextend, pull out those shoulders. Locked into that submission. And TJ Cannon forced to submit. Zoë Sager, another intangible open challenge victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by submission, the intangible Zoë Sager.
And Zoë Sager remains undefeated in these intangible open challenges. TJ Cannon lives to fight another day, and fight another day he will tomorrow. In that massive war between the Clandestine Society and 7. Cannon will go lick his wounds and prepare for that matchup, whereas the champ walks out still on top of the mountain.
Let's get a round of applause for TJ Cannon.
I applaud TJ Cannon for putting himself out there and taking an opportunity.
I just want to let everybody know that all of the Clandestine Society versus Love Pro Wrestling shows go live on our Patreon. So if you're interested in watching this video back, make sure you sign up for the Patreon. You'll get all kinds of great exclusive content there.
Absolutely.
Who's ready for a triple threat match? Come on, guys, you can do better than that. Who's ready for the next match?
I'm always down for a three-way.
The following contest
Oh, Boris.
is a three-way match, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Triple threat match set to get underway. I am joined by the boss, Mr. Spencer Love himself. Spencer, how the hell are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. This is officially my LPW commentary debut.
Well, this is serious business now. And speaking of serious business, one half of the LPW Tag Team Champions, Sheik Shabaz, our first competitor in this triple threat match.
He ain't necessarily a guy that everybody likes, but he's certainly a guy that everybody's got to respect. I mean, you got a couple issues with the attitude every so often, but you got to believe this is one of the biggest, baddest wrestlers in Albertan professional wrestling.
I mean, his track record speaks for itself. PWA champion, current LPW Tag Team champion. Conspicuous by his absence is Bayrat Garani, but nonetheless.
Well, and you wonder if that's going to give a little bit of a confidence advantage to his other two opponents tonight, because having the back of Sheik Shabaz does Bayrat Garani, and maybe lost a little on that end.
Sheiki always dressed in gold. And we spoke of 7 and their war slated for tomorrow night against the Clandestine Society. Here comes a man who made his choice. He drew his line in the sand last month. Marz, the specialist, is all in with 7.
You can argue morals and you can argue results is sort of the way that I've looked at this. And yeah, Marz was going down the right path, and I think that the guy was talented and is talented enough to be one of the best in the business, whether you're talking about Love Pro Wrestling or otherwise. But money talks, and the guy's undefeated since he sort of made his choice as far as it goes.
And let's be honest, in this professional wrestling game, it's never a bad thing to have somebody watching your back.
Yeah, it's not the wrestling friendship, it's the wrestling business. If you got the opportunity to pick up some W's, whether they be by maybe some dubious means or not, all anybody's ever going to see is the one in the win column, you know?
No, I'm going to give you some on-the-job training here.
I'm always in.
We don't talk over the ring announce.
Well, I've learned that. The ring announcer we've usually got here on Friday nights tends to talk a lot too, so he doesn't give you a lot of opportunity.
I say nothing. And this young man, very, very early and young into his career, but is making quite a splash here in LPW.
From right here in Edmonton, Alberta, put your hands together for Jared Rogers!
See, I'm already learning, Boris, and speaking of learning, this guy is one of the best trainees coming out of the Clandestine Wrestling Society, a day one member of the CWS, and someone we're really proud has made an impact in a short time in LPW.
Jared Rogers not exactly lighting up the win-loss column, but he has actually, or has absolutely, I should say, been in every single match he's been in. He's been very impressive. He's shown a lot of heart, shown a lot of offensive prowess, and you know those wins are going to come.
I was going to say, we talk a lot about the win-loss record and why it was sort of the impetus for Marz's decision, but maybe a win-loss record isn't necessarily the most important thing when the result is, when you look at a guy like Son of Irish, eventually a championship. So I can't speak to the future, my friend, but maybe a good omen for Jared Rogers.
It shows how important going out there every night and putting in the work and doing the best you can, and those down payments will come fruitful later. And it looks like perhaps a tenuous partnership formed by Marz the Specialist and Sheik Shabaz. And we've seen Jared Rogers use that speed to his advantage in all of his matchups. Stacking up Shabaz. Ooh, and Marz the Specialist in the corner, using the back of Shabaz for that enziguri. Rolling through, shoulders down. First pin gets the win. And there's the power of Sheik Shabaz, heaving Jared Rogers over the top and able to hang on to that top rope, not to hit the floor. Firing in a shoulder block into the midsection. Up and over goes Marz the Specialist. Jared Rogers caught him by the ankle, just shoving him out of the way into the arm drag. And Jared doing a great job of trying to keep both of these guys at bay.
I was going to say this partnership seems to be about as fruitful as it was at LPW3 the last time that Marz the Specialist and Sheik Shabaz teamed together. Picked up an L on that evening as well, and judging by Jared's performance as well, man, hard to doubt that they may go 0 for 2.
Jared Rogers using those ropes to his advantage. Over the top and down to the floor goes Shabaz. Through the ropes, but caught. Great show of strength by Sheik Akbar Shabaz, saving the bacon temporarily of Marz. But up and over the top and down to the floor goes Jared Rogers, taking out everybody. And this might be the night. This might be that first big W.
This may be it. There's magic in the air, my friend. And I ain't one to make predictions here behind the commentary booth, but Jared's looking good early.
Wisely going for the cover while Shabaz still dispatched to the floor. I often say these triple threat matches, you got to use kind of a divide and conquer type of offense if you got any hope of getting the win.
Especially in a matchup like this where, yeah, you've got two guys who have an extreme amount of power behind them, but very different professional wrestlers are Marz the Specialist and Sheik Shabaz. So not only does Jared have to keep both eyes open, but keep his eyes open for two real different wrestlers.
And he got caught from the blind side by Shabaz now. Not pretty offense from Shabaz, but damn effective. He just uses power to go straight through you. Hard slam.
It ain't pretty, but it gets the job done, Boris.
Extra velocity on that elbow. Now quickly locking in that camel clutch. He sees Marz the Specialist out on that stage area. This might be his opportunity to steal a victory, and I think Marz knows it. Gonna put an end to that camel clutch right away.
Friendships never last forever, do they, Boris?
Not in this business. Shabaz again wisely keeping Marz at bay while he focuses his attention on Jared Rogers. Man.
Just ruthless. Absolutely ruthless on the part of Sheik Shabaz.
Bouncing the skull of Rogers off the mat like a basketball.
And like you alluded to, Boris, keeping Marz at bay, the divide and conquer theory seems to be working and may not be the right decision at the end of the day, but going after the less experienced Jared Rogers might bode well for him.
Right hand across the temple of Rogers. Going to take him on a tour across the ring, hard into the buckle. Still to come, Gigi Ray makes her return to Edmonton, taking on the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crowe. Rogers able to sidestep. Marz emerging from the shadows. Reverses Rogers into the buckle, charging in, and again, Rogers using that speed. Oh, but he got caught.
Oh, dear.
Shabaz able to sandwich Marz in the corner while hitting that European uppercut. And unfortunately for the Specialist, he's back down on the floor where he does not want to be. Dumping Jared Rogers right on his head.
You didn't just hit a wall, you hit a freight train when you're coming with that. A lot of momentum was there for Jared Rogers, but in the kindest way to the wily veteran man, that looks to be gone.
That was gross and violent.
He said the thing.
I mean, I call it like I see it, man.
I like the thing.
Shabaz might be looking for that Splash Mountain powerbomb. Rogers able to slip out the back door. Marz back in the ring, able to hit a quick kick on Shabaz, scooping up Rogers into that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Irish whip. Massive spine buster from the Specialist. Is it going to be enough to get it done?
No, it was not, but gosh dang was it expected to be.
And now for maybe the first time in this match, Marz able to get some extended time on the offensive. And you got to think that as he's choking the life out of Jared Rogers, he's thinking about that match tomorrow night, that war with the Clandestine Society.
And you got to wonder for Jared as well, too. That's the second time he's had somebody just wrenching on his back and going into a tilt with Sebastian Wolf tomorrow night, man. It ain't getting any easier as far as the power game goes.
You were reading my mind because I was just going to say he has a tall order, no pun intended, against Sebastian Wolf tomorrow night. And you have to think that might be in the back of his mind. But right now, looking good in this triple threat match. Scooping up the specialist, able to go behind, waist control. Trying to elbow his way out of it. Marz rolling through. Shabaz grabs the waistlock.
Oh! Jared, way to go.
Marz, the specialist, hurled halfway across the ring. Not enough to get it done, but this puts...
Talk about picking a spot.
Yeah, this puts Rogers back into an advantageous position for at least a moment anyway. DDT from Rogers. Do you believe in miracles?
Oh, man, Jared. We are supposed to be unbiased back here, but...
I mean, how can you not root for the kid? Muscled up by Marz, the specialist. What a show of power. Able to shift his weight headfirst into the buckle goes the specialist. And I gotta tell you, this might be Jared's night. Just everything seems to be hitting. Pillar to post goes the specialist. Shabaz back up and back down, courtesy of a Jared Rogers sling blade. Into the corner with all of his weight. Nice clothesline from Rogers, and he's looking like a veteran, not a rookie in this match.
Man, did he pick up a thing or two in that scramble match last month, or what? You talk about multi-mans, you're not going to get any more chaotic than those Friday night scramble matches.
Planting the specialist, goes for the cover, not enough to get it done. And Spencer, this speaks volumes for the training you receive at the Clandestine Wrestling Society.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, man. Jared is the first among many, I'm certain, of the CWS graduates that are going to be making an appearance. And if this is your first taste, you better believe you're going back for seconds eventually, you know?
Marz might have been playing possum there a little bit. Caught Rogers up on that middle rope. Looking to bring Rogers back in the ring the hard way. Rogers laying in shots to the rib area, trying to avoid whatever Marz has planned. Ooh, Shabaz caught him awkwardly down off that top rope, down onto the ring apron. Shabaz turning his attention to Marz. Gonna replace him back up on that top rope.
Get me up on the shelf.
Shabaz working Marz into that desired position. I'm not exactly sure what he's looking for. Perhaps maybe inverted superplex. But he's going to get a little help from Jared Rogers.
Oh, dear.
Shoulders are down.
Perhaps it's going to take to keep these guys down.
I mean, Ben may be a little bit out of place there. That might have been enough to get it done. Oh, I think he tried to go for that tornado DDT. Shabaz using that power to put the brakes on that. Hung him out to dry over that top rope.
Ain't nothing pretty about it, but he gets the job done.
Now, looking for that slingshot shoulder roll we've seen so many times, and Marz knew it. Able to grab him by the ankles and drag him down to the floor. Beautiful DDT from Marz, the specialist. Rogers with the shoulders up. There's no quitting this kid. I'm very impressed, man. I'm very impressed.
I wonder what it's going to take to keep anybody down at this point, man.
Rolling the dice on Marz. 2.
And Shabaz breaks the pin up. Look at the power on the Sheik.
Muscling him up, perhaps, into that crucifix power bomb. Shabaz with the cover. And Sheiky Baby gonna come out on top. But man, it wasn't easy.
You may not like the method sometimes, man, but Sheik Akbar Shabaz picks his spot, get in there at the perfect time, and picks up the 1-2-3 on Jared Rogers, who, man, I know I'm going to be repeating exactly what you're going to be saying, but what a match for Jared Rogers.
I mean, even with a loss, that's going to increase his confidence going into probably the stiffest test of his young career tomorrow night against Sebastian Wolf. And Sheiky Baby going in hot tomorrow night, defending those tag team titles. Paralira in action.
they always say it's hard to win a championship. It is harder to defend them. But after a performance like that tonight, man, you got to have full confidence in him and Bayrak Garani.
You're speaking the truth.
I like to think I'm okay at talking, but sometimes I do it too much.
What do you say? Does it sound like something you guys want to see sometime? Sheik versus Zoe?
Hey, I'm down for that.
Hopefully the bookers will keep that in mind.
He just went to the bathroom.
Just one more reminder, please. Look up and sign up for our Patreon. All kinds of great content on there. There is going to be a Clandestine Society minicamp this weekend, the 1st and 2nd. Make sure if you have any interest in getting between the ropes yourself, you talk to Michael Richard Blaze about taking part in that. Woo! Are you guys ready for the following contest?
Heck yeah, man. Let's go.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
One of the most popular competitors here in Love Pro Wrestling and Clandestine Wrestling Society. Clandestine Society member in good standing, the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crowe, sporting a bit of a new look for this big matchup against the returning Gigi Ray. Man, that triple threat match, a lot of fun. I'll take more of that anytime. Stephen Crowe dancing his way into your heart. Stephen Crowe going to be part of that massive 6-person tag team war tomorrow night. I know I keep mentioning that, but I mean, as soon as that was announced last month, I've been chomping at the bit to see that. I can't wait for tomorrow night. Gigi Ray returning back home to Canada, to Mill Woods, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And this young lady, we talked about Jared Rogers, this young lady, just a few years.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back from Mill Woods, Alberta. She is the money,
Gigi Ray, just a few short years into her career, making a big splash here in Canada as well as in the United States and soon to be Japan. I believe towards the end of this year, Gigi Ray will be heading to the Far East for an extended period of time. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to get underway. This week's guest of the Punk and Proud Drivers podcast. That's a shameless plug, but I'm going to do it anyway. These two have a lot of respect for each other. I assume we're going to see that in this contest. Ray has no interest in learning the two-step. She wants to get down to business, collar and elbow in the middle of the ring. Gigi Ray will also be in action tomorrow night at the big show. LPW, what is this, 16, Spencer? LPW 16. Time flies, man. I'm loving it. Ray showing some of that athleticism, able to go behind, holding on to that hammerlock. Crowe able to go behind and take one of his own, but very short-lived. Going to take him right down to the canvas. Nice head scissors from the Rhinestone Cowboy, but Ray wasting no time and escaping into that side headlock. This is that human game of chess, especially early on in the matchup. I believe this is the first time these two have tangled. They're kind of a bit of a feeling out process. Crowe squeezing in that headlock. Ray able to escape, ducking that clothesline. Sunset flip, shoulders down. Ray able to shift the weight. Back and forth they go. Backslide coming up from Gigi Ray. Shoulders down again. Crowe able to escape. Action fast and furious. It's the way we do it. Rolling through. Beautiful bridge. Nicely done. Show of power. Butterfly in the arms. Crowe able to put the brakes on for the time being. Spun out back into that headlock. These two very evenly matched early on. Trying to squeeze the life with that headlock, shoulder tackle. Ray firing back with one of her own. Leapfrog drop kick right on target. That's Mill Woods, baby. Gigi Ray always ultra popular when she comes back home. Dropping down. Wrist control from Crowe. Ray landing on her feet momentarily. Crowe able to put the brakes on. Able to land on his feet temporarily again. Back into that midsection. Crowe now going to butterfly the arms. Able to lock the fingers. Nice counter from Ray. Chopping him down by one leg. Nice head scissors from the Texas transplant. Crowe a little bit out of sorts in the corner. Ray back to her feet, charging in. Ooh, hard forearm right in that sternum area. Vertical suplex. Crowe able to go behind. Waist control. Up and over that top rope, landing on the apron. These two so evenly matched. No one's been able to keep that pendulum swung in their direction for any kind of extended period of time. Springing off that middle rope with the head scissors of his own. Ray looks a little stunned by that one. I'm not sure she was expecting that. Ooh, hard knee using that bottom rope to spring. And perhaps that pendulum I mentioned earlier swinging a little bit more in the way of Stephen Crowe. Knee right in between the shoulder blades. Stephen Crowe likes to use those knees. Big part of his offense. It's led to a lot of success. Monkey flip on target. Ray right back up to her feet though. He caught him with the arm drag. Make it two. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That third arm drag not in the plans for Stephen Crowe. Butterflying those arms again. Ray trying to put the brakes on. Into that backbreaker. Perhaps that's what he was looking for a little bit earlier. Hooking that leg. Ray favoring that lower back after that backbreaker. Stephen Crowe staking his claim to this ring. To Love Pro Wrestling, to the Clandestine Society. Ooh, clubbing hard across the back. And this would be a big feather in the cap, or the Stetson, if you will, of Stephen Crowe to get a big victory over Gigi Ray. Ray able to counter. The Now just trading bombs in the middle of the ring. Hard forearms back and forth. Man. Hard kick right to the side of the face. Surprised that Crowe still on his feet. Ray floating over, butterfly suplex. Man. Hooking the leg, but two only, says Judge Ben Omen. Stephen Crowe using those ropes to try to get back to that vertical base. Ray now just gonna stomp away in the corner. Ben trying to get them out. She'll leave the corner, but she's taking Crowe with him, or with her, I should say. Nicely rolling through. Crowe had both legs, almost stole a victory there. Ducking that clothesline. Ray rolling through, landing on her feet. Shoved into the rope and nailed that forearm. Ray trying to show her kick game very strong as well. Through the ropes, onto that ring apron, caught up inside those ropes is Stephen Crowe. Rolling to create some space. Spiking skull first, Stephen Crowe into the canvas. That might be enough to get it done. Oh, man. Only two. Ray's beside herself. I think just about everybody in this building thought that was going to be the end of this match. Stephen Crowe showing that resilience, that Clandestine Society fight. Gigi looking to continue to put the hurt on Crowe. Crowe able to reposition, and he's going to butterfly those arms again. It's been successful thus far, why not? Ray able to spin out. Caught that kick into the midsection. If she can turn him, and get him up. Oh, man. Great show of strength from Gigi Ray. Stretching all the ligaments in the shoulders, in the knees, in those thighs, just stretching out. Stephen Crowe might be taller by the time this match is up. He's got the arms free, though. Got the arms free, back up in almost like a sitting position on the shoulders. Poison Rana from Stephen Crowe. Escaping that predicament with a little bit of style. Ray in the corner, now she using those ropes to try to get it back to the vertical base. Stephen Crowe looking to follow up. Charging in, hit that running knee. Perhaps maybe looking for a second. Oh, he caught those legs. Gonna stack her up on that middle rope. We've seen this so many times before. One of Stephen Crowe's favorite bits of offense. Drives those knees into that rib area. Stephen Crowe looking to spoil the homecoming of Gigi Ray. Calling his shot, running in again. Another set of knees. Several high-impact knees. Could be enough to get it done. Gigi kicks out, but you can see she is in all sorts of discomfort from all of this abuse over the last several minutes of this matchup. Crowe needs to follow up. Ooh, man. Right across the ear, hard slap. Crowe firing back with open hand. Strikes of his own. Blocked that one. Nothing pretty about that. Crowe once again butterflying those arms. Head scissors out. Spiked him head first into the mat. Back to his feet. Scooping up Crowe. He's able to go behind. Repositioning Ray. Again, I think he's looking for that double underhook power bomb, and he caught it sitting out. Ooh, Gigi barely able to get the shoulders up and right into the clutches of Stephen Crowe with that submission. Just a torque on those shoulders. Gigi trying to use the only appendages she has, those knees and those feet, to try to escape the clutches, able to do so. Able to break the hold. What a war these two are going through right now. Sidestepping that kick. Going behind. Face first into the mat goes Crowe. Gigi hooks the leg. And Gigi Ray. Big victory over Stephen Crowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and your match, Gigi Ray!
Stephen Crowe put up a hell of a fight, but tonight was not his night. Gigi Ray is feeling all right. Some rhyming there. I should put that on a record. Gigi Ray, big victory tonight as we go into LPW 16 tomorrow night, right back here at the Rec Room, South Edmonton. And I know these two had respect for each other going in. I think they might have a little bit more as they exit.
Gigi Ray!
As we gear up for our main event, a very interesting main event.
All right, I've talked about the Patreon, I've talked about the minicamp this week. There's no more plugs, right?
I think you're good, Kyle. Oh, we have a show tomorrow.
We have a show tomorrow?
We have a show
definitely going to plug the show tomorrow. We are going to have an LPW show tomorrow, and it is going to be incredible. Gigi Ray is going to be on the show, and so is Shabaz. So make sure you guys come and check that show out tomorrow. I was about to be like, oh, I'm finished all my stuff, and my spiel's over. Who's ready for the main event? Yeah! Let's do that. Who's ready for the main event? The following contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Now this is a very interesting happenstance that we're about to have right now. We saw Nooz Neville appear last month right here at LPW CWS Prelude to attempt to expose Michael Richard Blaze and the Clandestine Society, claiming he knows better, claiming MRB can't save anyone, Taryn from accounting is a fraud.
Introducing first, the Hells from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Rams, this is T.Y. Jackson.
Claiming, as I was saying, claiming Taryn from accounting is a fraud, spreading some fake news. And he was aided by young T.Y. Jackson, who we'll see tomorrow night at our main event, as we see fake news Neville make his way to the ring. Surprising Michael Richard Blaze with a head scissors. Nobody saw that coming.
Making his way to the ring, from the most credible source of news in sports and entertainment, the Fake News Network. This is Fake News Neville.
This guy, I mean, just
Our team, Fake News.
this guy's about as smarmy as they come. And now we're gonna see if he's got what it takes to get it done inside the squared circle. But he's got T.Y. Jackson watching his back. He's gonna be in our main event tomorrow. He's got a shot at the champ, shot at the LPW Grand Championship. But right now, it's all about the Fake News Network. As the Clandestine Society is set to cross the curtain. Michael Richard Blaze tearing from accounting. And they're about.
Introducing their opponents. First, when she enters the ring, only two things are certain: death and taxes. Ladies and gentlemen,
The Clandestine Society.
Mr. Sager, he is God's gift to professional wrestling and is the founding father of the Clandestine Society. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Richard Blaze.
Gotta follow my own advice and not talk over the ring announcer. Tearing from accounting, Michael Richard Blaze out here to set the record straight against these quote-unquote allegations made by Fake News Neville. And this should prove to be more than just a little bit interesting. Blaze looking particularly fired up. And I'm sure TFA and MRB thinking about 7 tomorrow night, but also very focused on the attempted shenanigans of the Fake News Network. T.Y. Jackson. No shortage of confidence from Neville. You know what they say about confidence? It's food of the wise man, but liquor of the fool. That's pretty good, hey? It's not bad. Stuart Garvey is the law in this town for this matchup. Good luck to you, sir. T.Y. Jackson letting Neville know you can... All right, T.Y. was offering to start this matchup, but Fake News Neville was going to start the matchup, but as soon as he heard that bell, he headed for the hills. Tearing from accounting, the legal competitor to start this matchup for the Clandestine Society, T.Y. Jackson. Coming off that absolutely brutal, violent street fight with Michael Allen Richard Clark right here last month. I'm sure he's still not 100% from now on. TFA floating over right away, using those knees. Oh, hard shoulder tackle from T.Y. And you've got to think he's brimming with confidence after winning that street fight, setting himself up for that big title match tomorrow night. But right now he's in there with the head of the accounting department. Able to duck that clothesline spear right on target from TFA. She might be looking to end this one early. T.Y. going to the eyes, making his way to the corner. There's the tag. And Nooz Neville, the legal competitor. Let's see what this guy's got. Taryn making the tag to Michael Richard Blaze, and I don't believe that Neville is aware, and I think he just realized exactly what's going on. He wrote a check, and now his ass has to cash it. Up on the shoulders of Blaze. Neville begging for T.Y. to make the tag. Blaze using that power to reposition the carcass of Nooz Neville onto the shoulder. Shoving MRB into the ropes and T.Y. Jackson getting involved, got the knee into that small of the back. And now Neville going to go to work, taking that side headlock. Neville mocking Blaze as he locks that headlock on, marching around the ring. Blaze had just about enough of that. Lifting him right off the ground. Up and over goes Neville. I mean, let's give the Neville his due. Duck that clothesline. Ducks the back elbow. Up and over. Once again able to avoid that drop down. Sunset flip, shoulders down. And hey, Neville almost stole one there, and I think Blaze perhaps a little surprised. Paintbrushing the side of the face of MRB. That might have been a big mistake. Grabbing the hold of the throat of Neville, back him into the corner, and I believe TY just realized he needed to get involved or this thing was going to be a bloodbath. Up on the middle rope, cross body. Got caught by the veteran MRB. And the wheels are turning in the head of Blaze. Of all the things he could do in this position, Neville landing on his feet, making the tag and scampering out of the ring. And I gotta say, the fact that his head's still on his shoulders, he's a lucky man. And again, I gotta give credit. He had some moments of brilliance out there. Now TY. He's got. I mean, you got to wake up pretty early in the morning to put one over on MRB. He caught that foot coming in. Taking TY for a tour around the squared circle. Grinding him down into that Mahi straw. Shoulders are down. TY able to escape, reverse. Blaze up and over. Rolling through. Wrist control by Jackson, up and over again. MRB charging the rope, ducking that clothesline. Shoved him into the ropes. Fast and furious, back and forth they go. Spanish fly from MRB. 2 handfuls of hair right back up on his feet, whether he wanted to go or not. Dragging Jackson into their corner, tagging his Clandestine Society family member. Tandem offense, looking for that double suplex. All the blood rushing to the dome of T.Y. Jackson. Want you to think about this for a while. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Well, you know it's coming. MRB basically passing off Jackson to Taryn from accounting. And now Taryn, double underhook, gonna go to work. TY trying to put the brakes off, able to escape. Scampering to the corner, but Fake News wanted no part of Taryn from accounting. Jawbreaker, nicely done. Charging the ropes, hard kick right to the side of the face. Able to use that little opening he had to get right back on the good foot. Now TY gonna go to work on TFA. I think Fake News wants to get involved now. I think he called for perhaps a slam. Let's see what he's got. There's the tag. He's now legal in this matchup. Vertical suplex, able to take her over. Not gonna stick around too long to admire his handiwork. Made that tag and got the hell out of Dodge. Taryn trying to fight up from underneath, firing in right hands, charging those ropes, but it cuts that comeback off in the prime of its life with a well-placed elbow. 2 count only, says referee of the year, Stuart Garvey. I have to say that legally. TY grabbing control of that wrist, ensuring that tag does not take place. Up into that fireman's carry. Taryn trying to elbow her way out, able to do so in behind. Shoves TY in the corner, able to make the tag to MRB. Caught him coming in with that kick. Slick shots over the top, charging the ropes. Nice kick from Blaze. Fires him across the rope, leaping elbow from MRB again. Up to his feet and right in the face of Fake News Neville. Blaze looking for that kick combo we've seen used so effectively for so many years. Heaving TY out to the floor. Slingshot crossbody from MRB right on target. MRB giving a little acknowledgement, if you will, to Neville.
He's next! He's next!
Blaze got a hold of TY. Looking to fire him under that bottom rope, back inside the squared circle. Following up, caught that arm coming in. Ooh, axe kick between the shoulder blades, and that elbow was vicious. Blaze calling for that brainbuster, calling to an end of T.Y. Jackson's night. Brainbuster on target. And again, got one eye on Fake News at all times. I think Neville realized this one might be over, and he's going to do what he can to try to make that not happen. Ducked that clothesline, caught a hold of that arm, and Neville looks terrified, and I don't blame him one little bit. And I believe Neville about to pay the price for his transgressions, hung to dry over that top rope. T.Y. Jackson. Blaze didn't see him, but able to go behind. Jackson hung onto that top rope. Blaze charging in, sidestepped, and he got low-bridged. Some continuity there from Team Fake News. And now, Neville looking to put the hurt on MRB down on the floor. Taryn trying to get a better look, perched up on that opposite corner. Neville rolls Blaze back inside the ring. And now he's going to look to go to work on MRB. Firing in some right hands to the jaw. Repeated shots to Blaze. Blaze absorbing those shots. I think they're doing more harm than good to Neville. Firing in that right of his own. Hard forearm from Blaze. You want to show you belong in here, you got to bring it. Neville going to the eyes. I mean, I can't blame him. There's that head scissors we saw him use last month. And the confidence just grew in the eyes and in the facial expression of Neville. Going for the cover, hooking that leg. 2 count only, says Garvey. Neville putting the bad mouth on Blaze to the ringside fans. I think he's enjoying, perhaps, right now, having a bit of advantage over MRB. Perhaps putting some belief behind the words he was spouting last month. Backing Blaze into that corner, into enemy territory. Tag into TY. Oh, man. Blaze scampering to that opposite corner, but right again into the clutches of T.Y. Jackson. Ringing that arm before he looks to fire him across the ring. Head over heels hard into that buckle. Brutal fall for MRB. things not looking great for the Clandestine Society. There's a cover, leg hooked. Concern growing on the face of Taryn from McCown. She's trying to get this massive crowd here at the Rec Room behind MRB. Big smile on the face of T.Y. Jackson. Things apparently so far going according to plan for Team Fake News. Blades is never out of a fight. European uppercut on target, staggering. Jackson trying to get over to make that cover, but T.Y. able to grab a hold of him to keep him away. Too much real estate. Standing moonsault from Jackson, hooking that leg. Blaze again able to get the shoulder up.
Let's go, MRB!
T.Y. again putting the bad mouth on Blaze before dragging him by the hair back to the corner and making the tag. Some tandem offense between Jackson and Fake News. Neville looking for a double suplex. Blaze hit that canvas hard. Have to admit that was perfectly executed. There's hooking the leg and the cover again. Not enough to get it done, but Blaze has been on the receiving end of a lot of punishment over the last several minutes. And I think Neville's feeding off of the anger and the hate being hurled at him from this crowd. Some guys are just like that. Blaze able to go behind with the schoolboy, shoulders down. Neville kicking out. That kick might have been a little low, but hey, got the job done. Neville looking to scoop Blaze up. Scooping him up, slamming him down. Going for another cover wisely. Every pinning combination, a little bit more energy that Blaze has to expend to get the shoulders up. Neville's been picking his spots, getting in and out, trying to get some shots in before getting back onto that ring apron. Blaze back up to his feet, firing in to that rib area. Knife edge chop. European uppercut right to the chin, staggering Jackson into the corner. Blaze, not the energy that he would usually have. He's been on the receiving end, like I said, of quite a beating for the last several minutes. T.Y. holding on with all of his might to that top rope to keep Blaze from making that tag. Reverse that Irish whip, Blaze. Ooh, hard strike on that top rope. Ooh, hard kick on that top rope. He might go tumbling to the outside. Jackson looking to follow Blaze up to that top rope. Take him for the ride. Oh, man. Almost like a hip toss, just hurling Blaze off that top rope. And now T.Y. very, very comfortable going high risk. And you're about to get a beautiful example of that right now. T.Y. standing high atop the Rec Room in South Edmonton, Alberta. Senton bomb on target, even in the face of MRB, and this might be it for the Clandestine Society. Blaze got the shoulder up, much to the chagrin of T.Y. Jackson, and he gonna take out his frustrations, raining down right hands. Jackson imploring Blaze, get back to your feet. There's the tag to Neville. Looking to come back in, pick the bones of MRB. Putting the bad mouth on Taryn from accounting. I think he needs to focus on the task at hand. I can't hear exactly what this conversation is going on, but it behooves Neville to focus on MRB. MRB just muscling him up. I think Neville was going for suplex. Blaze said, I don't think so. Hard down to the canvas. And this might be the opening. Blaze needs to get to that corner to tag in Taryn. I mean, those 2 or 3 feet may as well be a mile after the beating he's taken. I mean, Neville looked at TY but didn't make the tag. Changing his mind, and he made the tag, but Blaze able to do the same. Here comes Taryn from accounting. She's been chomping at the bit to get back in this match for quite some time, and she's going to make the most of this opportunity. Hard running knee to T.Y. Jackson. Folded up. Shoulders are down. Ooh, and Neville made the save, or this match might have been over. Neville proud of his handiwork, but he needs to perhaps turn around because he has one pissed off accountant. And he realized that he got back on that apron quickly. Knee staggers TY into the corner. He made the tag to Neville. And I think he might be coming in this ring whether he wants to or not. He's fighting with all of his might to avoid getting in the ring. But he's in the ring. He hit that canvas face first hard. Those are the facts, ma'am, just the facts. Scooped him up, slammed him down to the canvas. TFA perhaps looking for that suplex, snapping him over. Pain etched across the face of Fake News Neville. I don't think that's fake news. I think that's pretty accurate. Neville begging off, charging in to no avail. Backdrop driver. And I don't believe Neville is built to take much more abuse. But hey, let's find out. Hard right from Taryn. Ooh, man, those shots are live rounds from TFA.
Give another one, TFA!
Another backdrop driver from Taryn from accounting, hooking the leg, and I think TY knew that would have been it. But he was close enough that he could get involved and put an end to that pinning combination. And I think that just pissed off Michael Richard Blaze. Blaze able to put the brakes on. T.Y. Jackson able to put the brakes on. Taryn unable to put the brakes on. She caught the referee in the corner. T.Y. Jackson also caught the referee in the corner. And we're lawless. We're lawless in Edmonton. T.Y. Jackson at the mercy of the Clandestine Society assisted blockbuster. And now the Clandestine Society able to focus all of their attention on Fake News Neville. Taryn trying to revive Stuart Garvey. He took a couple of stiff shots in the corner. Oh, and he went low. I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised. Neville went low on MRB. Able to duck that kick. Shoves Taryn into the buckle face first. Neville went down to that stage area to grab a hold of that microphone that he brought out to the ring. And I don't believe he's looking to conduct an interview. MRB caught a hold of the arm of Neville, grabbed a hold of that microphone. And he's not looking to conduct an interview. Neville cowering in fear. And the microphone is mightier than the sword. In this instance, T.Y. Jackson back in the ring with a steel chair. Oh, man. Right across the back of TFA. Blaze able to avoid the impact. Kicking that chair out of the hand. Ooh, caught him with that kick coming back around. Fireman's carry into that detonation kick. Sends Blaze all the way down to the floor. And I believe T.Y. Jackson about to join him. Up and over, down to the floor goes Jackson. Taking out MRB. We got bodies from one end of this place to the other. I don't see MRB from my vantage point. T.Y. with another chair back inside the ring. Jackson with a pair of steel chairs. And this spells bad news in a big way for the Clandestine Society. Jackson setting up those chairs inside the ring, and I don't believe they are going to be used for sitting. Jackson with a hold of Blaze, violently bringing him, or attempting to bring him back inside the ring. Oh, man. He might be looking to superplex Blaze into those steel chairs set up in the ring. This is a terrible idea. And there's a very, very uneasy feeling in this room all of a sudden. Blaze trying to put the brakes on, and I don't blame him. I think he saw those chairs. He's got a hold of the hair. Neville was going to try to help T.Y. Jackson. He got kicked to the curb by Blaze. Blaze able to knock Jackson off that top rope. And I think Neville caught him in the eyes. And now he climbing up to that top rope. Fake news, Neville on that top rope looking for that head scissors, sending Blaze into those steel chairs. That was gross and violent. And look at Fake News Neville standing tall in the ring. Tearing from accounting from behind. Neville tastes the steel. T.Y. Jackson inside the ring. And this is broken down just into a brawl. T.Y. Jackson tearing from accounting, going toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Into the buckle goes TFA. Jackson perching, tearing on that top rope. Nefarious ideas, I'm quite sure. T.Y. looking to follow Taryn up to that top rope. Taryn wants no part of what appears to be a superplex, able to fight her way out of it. Taryn sunset bomb hurling T.Y. Jackson halfway across the ring. Man, we've seen a little bit of everything in this one. Neville caught Taryn coming in, hung her up over that top rope. Neville back inside the ring, scaling the ropes. Trying to get to the top rope, took too much time. And believe it or not, MRB back involved in this match after destroying those two steel chairs. Knife edge chop. to the chest of Fake Nooz Neville. MRB following him up all the way to the top rope. MRB looking to take Neville for the ride. MRB with the superplex. Crashing down hard to the canvas. And that is very, very real news for Fake Nooz Neville. And perhaps Taryn from accounting going to ice this cake. Much to the pleasure of the packed house here at the Rec Room. Neville into the awaiting clutches of Taryn from accounting. T.Y. Jackson. T.Y. begging for the safe release of his partner. You know what? I don't think T.Y. Jackson gives a damn about the safe release of his partner. And now, Taryn from accounting gonna crunch some numbers. And the Clandestine Society are gonna walk away with a hard-fought win. Clandestine Society went to war, and they earned every bit of that victory. Taryn from accounting, Michael Richard Blaze. Massive victory here at Prelude number 4. We're going to see everybody right back here tomorrow night for the big show, LPW 16. On behalf of the boss, Spencer Love, on behalf of everybody here at LPW and the Clandestine Wrestling Society, my name is Big Bad Boris. Good night, everybody.